Hello everybody, welcome to another video with Tuesday Education. This time is in English. We're going to learn in this video how to make a scrunchie. Very easy, multi-sized scrunchies in less than 5 minutes. I'm not going to forward this video, so it will be the whole process. The first thing you have to do is you have to get a piece of paper. I usually use a piece of fabric. I usually use scraps. This one is 45 by 15 centimeters. And then I fold it in half just like this. If you're a beginner, I would advise you to pin it even at least once, and then sew along this side with at least 1 centimeter seam allowance. But I would advise you to leave some extra space here unsewed, and I will show you just in a minute why is that. So now I'm going to start sewing. Remember the seam allowance, so it will live longer and it wouldn't fray as fast as you would think it would, or at least it would live longer. Remember to backstitch, which I didn't. It's so easy. Okay. I sewed down. If you can see that I left some space in this side and in this side. I'm just gonna cut the extra thread, and then I'm going to turn it upside down. Just usually do this because it's a big scrunchie, so it will be so much easier. And now we have both sides like this. If you can see, it's sewn, and this one is still detached. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to attach these both sides right sides together like this, and sew along this way. The space that we added or we left unsewn, it will make this process so much easier, and it's going to be fine because we're gonna hide it anyways with the seams in just a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to sew this. Remember to backstitch because this time it's important to have a strong sewing so it doesn't fray, because it will have the strength on it. Usually I use thread with like 2 to 3, and I usually use a very compatible thread. This time for this fabric I used a white thread, so it doesn't show as much, but you can use any kind of color you want, especially now because it doesn't show, so it's not important. And don't care about the threads or the fraying of the fabric because this is all going to be inside. Now the next step you would need is to have an elastic. You can use any kind of elastic. If it's a big scrunchie, it would be probably better to have a more wider elastic than this one, so it would be more comfortable, but this is the only one I have right now. So I just for 45 centimeter fabric I used 35, because you're gonna do like this. You're gonna fold it in half, and then you have to take some, like at least 2 centimeters for the tying it. So at least you would want it to be like this when it's fully open, or you can do it if you want it a bit. This one is for a large scrunchie, you can see, but if you want to have a tighter one, you can just choose any kind of fabric. Okay, usually people, or the things videos I saw, they add just a safety pin here, but they just add this clip, which is so much easier. I just put it and at the tip of the elastic, and just put it inside here. See, we have this open, so I just put it inside. I hold the end of this with my little finger and then I just put the pin or the clipper inside and just go like this. And now we have both of them together. I'm just taking this out and I'm going to tie it. Whatever tie you want, I usually do it like this because it's so much stronger, and they just pull it so it's so much thicker and it doesn't open so. You can cut off the rest of the fabric if you want, but it's not really that important as long as this one is fine. So if you see, you can also already get an idea of the amount of scrunchie or the appearance of the scrunchie. And this is something I really don't like because I believe it's so big. So that's why it's nice to have it now, so you have more power. So I'm going to add another tie just like here, so it's so much shorter. okay, this is something for better for my taste. It's so much smaller. So now what I'm gonna do is, and this is really important, you guys, I'm going to attach the both seams on together. I'm going to attach both seams in here, if you can see, together with a pen, a safety pen or any kind of pen you want. Just put, I usually just put these guys. I love these guys. So if you can see, just like this. And now I'm going to sew all over this. I'm trying to put this inside and I'm going to sew all over this just at the edge of my sewing, just at the edge, so it wouldn't show a lot, but it would give it so much safety and it would look nice. So I'm going to do this now. I'm going to put my needle on the both seams, so it would be so much cuter and more, it will have a professional look. And this is, guys, this is like the hardest part of the whole process. See, it's so much easy to make a scrunchie. And now I'm going to start with sew one back stitch and then start sewing. If you're a beginner, I would advise you to sew slower than this. If you have different designs, or if you want, like, if you have a yellow scrunchie, you can add a different, like a green thread or a blue thread. It would give it so much brighter colors. It would be so cool, and it's like it would be included in the design. And if you are planning to make way more scrunchies, I would advise you to make all processes together. I mean, if you start cutting, you would cut all the scrunchies. Like when you're planning to make 100 scrunchies, you cut all the 100 scrunchies and then you sew them and then you flip them inside out and then you attach the elastic and then you finish the seams. It would be so much faster, and I'm sure you can manage to do like 10 scrunchies in less than an hour. I'm almost done. Just one back stitch and yay, see the idea of this? The seam will show a little bit. I used white on purpose so I can show you. But this is a very large scrunchie. I don't prefer these kind of scrunchies because they are so big. So I rather like this kind of scrunchie. It's a bit bigger, but this one is the one I like. It's so cute, and you can see that I used a red one, so it's so much. It gives so much contrast. And this one is based on my dress, so I have a matching scrunchie. So if you have any kind of questions or comments about this, which is the easiest way, please comment below and I will answer all of your questions. Bye.